I was born into a family that has a lot of talent. I didn't get so much, so I'm good at exploiting other people for their talents in the family. Just turned 30. I love cars and motorcycles. Probably more of a motorcycle man than a car man though. I was searching for like a really cool Batman suit and managed to find some Batmobile parts on the internet, and I missed out on the Hollywood auction. I missed out, but I tracked down who bought them, and I chased them down, and it sort of went from there. Really, you can't really do these things by yourself, like this, like the financial costs. Just being out of time management, and getting these things done quite fast. You need a lot of help. The two biggest helps were my grandfather, who's an ex-mechanical engineer, and my mum's partner, Scotty Cox, who's a motorcycle builder. But it was a big family affair. Like I had a lot of help from a lot of different people in the immediate family. So yeah, it's definitely some advice I'd give to people is you do need help with undertaking these things. Probably 30 or 40% charity. So like Make a Wish, I'm a Make a Wish ambassador, and some local charities I get involved with. I've got to do some amazing things for kids that aren't doing so well. It's such a dream. It just feels like you have an amazing tool to sort of be able to give back, and then people really get a good kick out of it. So it's a great feeling. The other part would just be like privately, like through friends, weddings, formals, joyrides, things like that. It keeps me pretty busy. I wanted to do a Halloween thing, but then I've always got something on, you know. I've wanted to deliver pizzas in it, like just ring up like a local Pizza Hut and say I'll drop a couple of pizzas off for you, and just dress up as Batman and then drop pizzas off. But no, I haven't taken it out really for anything personal. Like I'll take it at Woolies every now and then. Yeah. Like if I need fuel, like I'll quickly go and get fuel and go to Woolies, and that's so good. Because it's got room in the back. You can get like a full trolley of groceries in the back. The only downside is you can't get through McDonald's drive-through. What we started with was just a few body parts from the original mouldings of the '89 Batmobile, which are fiberglass. So underneath that is aluminium for strength. So there's an aluminium sort of subframe, and then you've got a steel sort of monocoque for safety, a steel chassis, and then we've got an LS engine out of the Corvettes on a 6-speed auto. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of just odds and ends in the car that that make it up. Like I've got 4 tail lights, or I've got rainbow brakes. There's a bunch of sort of spare parts that make it up. It was probably how they did it in the original film too. It was just a whole heap of whatever they could find. But I think the most important thing is it's got to look like it, and we got pretty close with Street Rego to make it still look like a Batmobile. But that definitely takes out the fun of street registration. You can't have a bunch of cool stuff on there, and machine guns and bombs that come out of the wheel. That'd be pretty cool. I can't sort of say like the exact figure, but it was up towards 7 figures. It was pretty close by a couple of people. I think why it's worth a lot is I've got original parts on it, and it's street registered, which I don't think there's many that are. Especially, I think I've got the only one in Australia that is. But in saying that, that's why I couldn't part with it, because I would never be able to find some of that stuff again, especially as time goes on and people are a bit more savvy with looking for these things and knowing what they can be worth. It's just like my grandfather's 80, and it's a huge experience that I got to have with him, and it's the sentimental value is worth a lot more than what it would be if I sold it. I know I've had people say, why don't you sell it and then donate the money and make another one? Well, you can't really. And I think kids that aren't doing so well don't want money, they want an experience as well. So, but yeah, I don't think I'd ever sell it. One would be like the first day I ever got it. Just got it registered, and they asked me to do some stuff up in SeaWorld. So I got the car. I thought I'll get it taken to Brisbane, and then at least I can drive from Brisbane down to the Gold Coast. I'll get an hour drive in, And first time I had it on the road, like you can imagine how excited, like after years of building it and all the crap that goes along with that. This noise on the freeway, and I'm like, what's wrong with it? You know, like bop 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 bop. So I pulled over, thought I got a flat tire, but it felt okay. Opened the hood, and the news helicopters chased me in. I was like, oh my, this is like, I didn't realise at that point I sort of just saw a helicopter buzzing over my head. So that's a bit weird, but that's the noise. So I got to SeaWorld, and then there was 2 news crews there, and I thought, oh, something's going on here. But they're actually waiting for me. Like the helicopter had told them where I was, and they'd sort of beat me to SeaWorld there. So that was pretty crazy. I've had like, gone to take a lot of celebrities in it and stuff. Like the biggest one, like probably got to meet Lisa Marie Presley through it. That was insane because I'm a huge Elvis fan. I've had a couple ring me up and ask if they could have sex in it, like christen it and stuff, and I said no. And they're like, no, we'll bring plastic sheets, and I'm like, you made it worse. It doesn't matter how crazy something, or how crazy you want something, no matter what it is, you've got to go all out. If you sort of go halfway, it doesn't work. But if you really commit to something, you know, like if you want a 6 foot, if you really want a 6 foot Batman statue, get it. You know, like, right, you know, like whatever it is, however crazy it is, if you go all the way, it seems to work, and then people respect that too, I think. But yeah, that's about it really. But it's just been the best. Like, it's life changing to be able to have something like this.